What I'm thinking is using the mirror to angle the sunlight. So that's why we needed the mirror.
I realized I could use the mirror to reflect the light from above. There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed.
And we just found a key in the candle.
Now I knew what I was looking for. It only took a few moments to find it. And there it was. A worked socket, as smooth and perfect as if it had been carved only yesterday. I slid the stone key into the lock. There were buttons that turned the dials.
Oh, crap. It's numbers.
I must have made a mistake.
Oh,
The lock
that's
spun
so...
back to neutral and nearly took my fingers off. I was going to have to start from scratch again.
So that's reset. So we want 13, 14, but maybe not. Ten, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $14.
I heard the sounds of the lock moving. Either that or the wall was going to come down on my head. Damn!
Reset. 13, 14. Oh god, no, that's just backwards. Let's try 13, 14.
Oh, not another mistake.
We're just working anti-clockwise. So it's 14. Wait, what were the...
Wrong again, Stobart.
Yeah, but there's a reason for that. What were the Psalms? It's not 13, 14. Well, that's 14. Right, okay. Thank God for smartphones. Okay.
Now I knew what I was... And then...
So we still need to do the key thing.
I slid the stone... There were buttons that turned the dials.
Yes, 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 yes. So, we know 14 is right. So it's 14. 27. Wait, could these be in a different order? Fourteen 27. I think we want 40 next. No. We want 5 next. Fourteen 27. No, that's 6. 14 27 6. Okay. 14 27 6. 81. Then it's 3. Damn it. And then it's 1. And then it's 17. Twelve. $25.
Oh, yes! Bonus points for that, I hope. I knew the old Stobart fingerwork wouldn't let me down.
Grim, but the chess piece. The children! It's the children!
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do.
That jumped. I don't
You
know
won't
why
be
that
needing
jumped.
that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
George,
jumped.
welcome back.
Come in, Josh. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Oh, he's jealous again.
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, Josh.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, Josh.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
We've told him this.
Josh found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we have got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that George found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, George.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
Did.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It
Very
hasn't
accurate.
changed much,
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
except when they go to a football match.
They used
Very
an extract
true.
from a plant called woad, Isetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in the wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Nats Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the
Really?
Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was.
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
That's a fancy train.
Pardon me. She must be deaf.
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
I think that's Khan.
Do you know Stirling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah,
It's one of the places we thought we'd stay on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No. What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Stirling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
Do you know what this is?
Yes, I do. A young friend of mine shook my hand with one
It's Khan.
just the other day.
Yeah? Well, that's outrageous. He should be shot.
Perhaps. Still, his intentions were good.
I'm sorry that you've been zapped by one of these things.
You shouldn't be.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
Yep. That's a nose with a history, all right.
So you said.
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you. Pardon me?
Yes, dear.
Does the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin, a master of illusions. Oh, you said Merlin? Then no, nothing.
It's Khan.
Can't you sit still, George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
I need a distraction.
Hi. Having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. It's company.
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse me, mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs, too, by the looks of you. Have you ever seen this man before?
Aye, man, he's chalky white and I claim my 10 quid, like.
No, he's an international assassin, and he goes by the name Khan.
Well, aye, man, but I was close, you know.
See you later.
You haven't opened that window, pal.
Why not?
It's freezing out there.
Oh, I thought that was to leave. There's nothing here, is there?
Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of.
The doctor.
Marquet's murderer. The door was locked. I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy. The door was locked.
Damn it, she's gone.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, The Sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
The girl you loved? That's a bit quick, George.
Leave it alone, man.
Hey, buddy. Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, Paul, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, man. An old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted. I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans, like. Slow action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict at anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Okay, cool.
See you later. I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him.
I want a window.
Give it to it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
This is crazy.
Hold on there, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
This is just crazy. Thanks, buddy. Now for some thrilling heroics. We're going this way, are we? I thought we were going to go the other way. You couldn't do this in real life. You can't climb on a train when it's moving. Make a move, give me something.
I'd always wanted to stop a train, and now was my chance.
Oh, did we have to wait?
You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Demolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together, and Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. a power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
How did you escape from the bull's head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the bull to the village, Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness. May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead. Don't worry. I hadn't forgotten about you.
Answer me this instant, George Stobart.
I will. When I'm ready.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
What?
Mecklin pointed that gun at me. I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do. And
I'm
kissing
guessing
you
they kissed.
was at the top of my list.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
We didn't search him. There's nothing to pick up then, is there? Which way do we go? That's the question.
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
I guess it's this way. I feel like this has just gone a little bit crazy.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know the half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show him now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
That's quite a heroic stance, isn't it?
The handle turned easily, and the larger wheel began to revolve. Damn! Then the handle came off in my hand.
Seems fitting.
No way. Maybe not. No.
We don't really have anything, but what if the crank going
I
in
pushed the
there?
handle into the demon's mouth.
Ah,
I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move. Nico?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Committing this inscription to memory.
Can you read it?
No.
No. No.
can we take this out? No, we can't.
I
There's cogs or
scrambled
something that
around
we
in
need,
the
is there?
rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem.
Oh, it's an actual pipe.
The clay pipe wasn't meant to fit in that hole.
What about this one?
I was sure the clay pipe wasn't meant to fit in there.
What is it?
No.
Tell me what it is. It's a mechanism. I don't know if there is a hole there or not.
It was no good. The demon wasn't inhaling.
Okay.
Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle. The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket.
So we need another cog.
No. Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age.
Anything else?
It was caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle.
Perfect. Anything else?
With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top.
So no. Did he pick up the pen top? He did. Good
With a
job,
rasp
boy.
of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place. The cogs all meshed. It began to turn.
Is there anything else?
I didn't find anything.
No. Okay. We definitely need the pen lid.
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
I guess we go.
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for? Will you look at that? Baphomet. Labino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous.
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch, if you wish to live much longer.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet, Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. 7 centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies.
It looks like it's been
We
reforged.
shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
George, We have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you. Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you. I'll see you in hell first.
Ah, George, I had great hopes for you. C'est la guerre. Eklund, kill him.
The handbag? Oh, nice.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
What the hell is going on?
Kill them. They will not escape.
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
George, what are we going to do?
Why is this flashing? What have we got? Pen tip. Can we throw a pen tip at him? But I haven't got the plastic explosive.
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You
Just put a
cannot
sword away.
escape us. Guido! Stop them.
Boom.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. It's over 300 years old. How explosive do you think it can be?
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe,
No.
but
No, we're
this
dead.
stuff is brand new.
I don't know if that would work either. It's one hell of a boom.
We didn't stay long in Scotland. George had a vacation to finish, and I had another story to write. Not the real story, of course, but enough half-truths to fill a page and pay my rent for the month. George and I hung out together in Paris. I showed him my favorite restaurants, and he told me his best jokes.
You know, Nico, this city holds so many memories for me now. The cafes, the music.
The sewers,
Tell me about it. The clowns.
the jugglers.
And your pal Labano.
Yes, dear Andre.
When we first met, and I was doing my detective stuff, you kind of disappeared a lot, Nico. Were you and Labano,
There was something happening, but nothing to do with Andre.
Uh-huh.
It was something from the past that I had to deal with, on my own. So, I dealt with it, and now it's over.
Hey, did I ever tell you the one about the old Irish couple in the lottery?
No, but I think you're going to.
Okay, there's this old Irish couple. They've been married forever, like 50 years, and they win the lottery.
Interesting. Is that the credits? I really enjoyed that. I think that's great fun. There's so much towards the end that I didn't remember. I remember getting to Scotland, but maybe I didn't finish it. Maybe I did, because I remember the boom at the end. But that was... It kind of loses its way a little bit towards the end, I think, but the story was great fun. I had a lot of fun. So that takes us on to the end of the adventure. This is the only Broken Sword game that I've played, and there are 5. So maybe down the line we'll play the second. Continue the story of George and Nico and see what trouble they get in. Thank you very much to everyone who's watched this series. I'll see you in the next one.